Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm host and guide Zollin Ironshield, and today, my friends, I'm going to teach you how to make some money in Lord of the Rings Online. Yes, a little capitalism in Lord of the Rings Online. So, my friends, I want to show you breaking into three different things for you. I'm going to break it into, there's a way you can questing, you can just gather stuff, killing stuff, and then there's the auction hall. Now, the auction hall is probably one of the most efficient ways to make money. But again, depends on the rarity of the thing, right, that you have. And that is the trick. I can't go through every item in the game for you, but I can give you an idea quickly over this video. So if you do like this and you do enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm your hosting guide Zollin Ironshield as always. All right, my friends. So basically, we'll start with the simple one. Questing, right? Okay, so questing, let's be realistic. It doesn't really give you that much cash. It really doesn't. You can quest around the world, you can do your quests, they give you cash. Now, collecting things as you go. Now, while you're killing mobs, there's a few things you can do that will give you money when you sell that stuff that you collect off them. One item that you can collect off them that sells for a decent amount to vendors, which basically we would call it like vendor trash, which I know that's not a very nice term, but meaning you can just sell it. Because if you see there, as I'm hovering it right there, the little thing right here, it tells me about it. It says these 2 razor sharp beaks sell for 8 silver and 60 copper. Now, the economy, at least on my server in LOTRO, and in most of the servers on LOTRO, is actually rather decent. There are certain items, of course, in every MMO that go up and down like crazy, so that happens. But just like in any economy. But so these are one thing you can collect as you go that will make you money that you could just sell to a vendor. Now, you can also sell these on the auction hall. So I'm going to teach you real quick how to do that. I'm going to have a whole video on the auction hall as well to kind of show you buying and selling. So this video will be mainly about what's the best way to make money, all right? So again, that's one way, not the best way. Obviously, quests are going to give you gold as you go. When you're searching the world, don't forget you'll see these little things in the ground like chest or a corpse or like some item per thing you can click on. That will usually give you some loot items, some crafting items possibly, and then also give you some silver. The higher up you are, the more those are worth it. Early in the game, they give you like 2 silver. They're kind of not worth it, okay? They're really not. But later, when you're up in the level 110 to 140 range, those things could give you 200 to a gold almost of. So why not click on them and take 2 seconds to pick it up, right? That adds up. So that's one other thing to do as you're looting the world and questing. So now, the second thing that I wanted to say, dungeons, okay? So you can run dungeons over and over. This is another good way to get some cash, right? So there's a couple reasons to run dungeons over and over. You get the flat money from the mobs as you kill them quickly, right? Because they usually give a decent amount of money, like every mob does when you kill it. But they give a lot more in instances, usually if they're on your level. And if you can do one that's if you can solo an instance that's for 6 people, remember, you're not splitting that 6 ways then. So if you could do something quickly that's a little lower level, you might be able to run it and just make a decent amount of money that way. Again, it's not the most efficient way to make money, though, I must say. But there are some instances that will drop certain items that will not be bound when you pick them up. Now, this is very, very important for making money. I'm going to show you this right now. Being bound versus unbound. So there are 3 different things with an item, maybe 4. One, you can't sell, you can only destroy it. And then there is it's an item that you can sell on the auction hall or sell to a vendor or trade to a friend, right? It's not bound to your character or your account. And what I'm saying by that is, for example, let me hover this virtue XP thing I have. If you look there at the top, right underneath, it says bound to account. I can only use that on people on my account. So I can put that in my shared storage and give it to another character, right? You probably know that if you're watching this, but I cannot sell that on the auction hall. I cannot make money. And if you look at there, it has no monetary value anyway at the bottom. An item that has monetary value to a vendor will have worth at the bottom there. And that's what you can sell it flat to a vendor. It'll always be that price. But again, auction hall, this is where I'm going into the next thing you're going to be making a lot more money, okay? So, and then of course there's you equip an item. This hero's bow, when I first got it, I could have sold it on the auction hall, but since I clicked it and equipped it, it now says bound to Zollin. I can no longer sell it to the auction hall. I can only sell it to a vendor, but I mean, I still can make later if I have a better one. I could still make 100 silver. 97 silver right there off it to a vendor. So you can still sell some things like that, right? But bound means you can't trade them. So bound to your character's name means it only can be on your character. If it's bound to your account, you can trade it to your other characters. And if it's either of those, you cannot sell them on the auction hall, okay? So they are basically, they're yours now. The only thing you're gonna be able to do is sell them for vendor trash level, which is that bottom number there, okay? Good, so now you know a little bit more about dungeons, but if you're going through dungeons, again, sometimes dungeons will drop really good amounts of gold at the end, right, or money, and if you're only doing it solo, you're gonna get a bunch that way, so you can just grind it out and just spend an hour doing an instance 3 or 4 times. That can make some money that way. And then also, sometimes it'll drop rare items that won't be bound when they go in your inventory. Sometimes they'll be bound right when they go in your inventory, and sometimes they won't, which means you can go to the auction hall and then sell that item. And then someone might be like, oh, I'll buy this because I don't want to go to the instance for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Especially if they're a lower level person, right? And they just have the money, right? They just want to get it quick. They don't want to have to go do the work, all right? So that is now where the auction hall comes in, all right? So the auction hall, this is a beautiful thing, all right? So again, I would recommend... Friend. One of the biggest things you can sell on the auction hall for money, you guys, is crafting materials, okay? Crafting materials are huge. Or if you're a crafter and you craft a very nice high-level item or jewelry. Jewelry doesn't get crafted a lot for some reason. Let me just show you real quick how to show. Okay, so for example, let's go into heavy armor, chest piece. I'm just going to shirts. I'm not going to do any parameters, or I'm going to do a video on how to use the auction hall, okay? A little better. So go watch that one after if you'd like. But look, you can see here's someone selling it for, this one, 30 silver, right, to buy out, right? He made some bronze armor for a level 9, or a level 7 character, and so on and so forth, right? And then you can see those are all of the heavy chest pieces that are on the whole auction hall right now. Not too many. There's a level 70 one there selling for 3 gold, right? Which is a nice chest piece if you were level 70 to grab that. You know what I mean? That's not an overpriced amount. Now, again, knowing your prices is what really matters, okay? So, guys, a chest piece that's really nice, maybe let's say up in the higher, like above level 100, 10 gold, that seems reasonable. That's about a reasonable level. Now, it really goes up as you level up, because again, when you're higher level, you're making a lot more money from killing mobs and instances, and you have a lot more income, right? And again, that's why it helps if you have a high level character to send money to your other characters. Again, it's a little bit like have money, you can make more money, right? It's the same thing there, but still, this is a how do you start? What if you're level 1 and you need to make money, right? So the best thing I would do is get your crafting profession, you guys. Start picking up crafting materials. So now I'm gonna pop back over here to my items, right here. All right. So now, if you look over here at the crafting items, again, like I was saying, the chunks of barrow iron. Okay, so this is something to know. There's different levels of crafting, right? I have a video on crafting if you want to check that out. I'm doing more and more videos on crafting because this is a very more complicated subject, but just know that barrow iron and dwarf iron are a very high demand commodity, right? So it always has been. It's just where the level is of where to get them. A lot of people don't want to go and grind that area and look for them to pick them up, right? You pick them up as you go. Again, some of these will drop as you go. If you want to, you can go to the auction hall, right?
Greetings,
and you
friend.
can take an item and you can actually, and I will do this in the other thing, drop it in and then search. Right? And as you can see right here, you notice this person is selling a stack of 100, which is for 40 gold. That's a lot considering that this crafting item is only for the level of, I believe it is expert. Yes, expert level crafting. Oh, wait, excuse me, I take it back. Is it journeyman? It is journeyman. It is the 2nd level of crafting. That means it's like level 15, guys. 15 to 20 is the like area of level your character would be when you're trying to get through this crafting area, and you cannot proceed without having more of it. So you can go collect it yourself, but if you're someone who has a high level character and you're just trying to get a crafting profession up, you're gonna come to the auction hall and buy it, because look, there's not that much. And again, like this guy's has a steal right here on the market, right? This guy's selling 250s for 15, right? But this guy's selling 40 for 100. So again, if you're someone who has a lot of gold on you, you might go through and you might, buy them out and then sell them for a little higher, right? Again, that's a little way of making money in the game, right? A little economic thing, a little corner on the market kind of thing, okay? So that is a good thing to know, though. Barrow iron is a good one for that. But again, the big one, guys, for this episode, right, because I want to make this very long, is crafting materials. If you guys are enjoying this episode and you like this, I will make more detailed stuff like this. Just leave comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if it helps you out. But another good thing are things that are for crafting critical chance, which, for example, this pale flax fiber is, okay? So it has a little description about it right here, right? And then it says, this item can be used in some expert tailor recipes to increase the chance of critical success. That's a very important thing. You need to keep those, because when you are crafting, there is something right here down at the bottom that if you have a certain item when you craft, for example, let me open one that actually has it. Refining, 5% chance. It's telling me, where's my, I need to go to, it only works for tailoring. There it is. All right, so let's say, see right here, it says drop of fine birch tar. If I use one of those, I use these two things to craft this particular item, it gives me a 35% chance more to have a chance to make it, instead of this item, it'll turn into a purple one, which has better stats, better everything, right? So again, it's another good item to sell in the auction hall. So to finish up the video, so you guys don't get too bored on me, the biggest thing is crafting items, selling stuff from the auction hall, selling different jewelry or weaponry you find, making food. Some people like to use food, obviously. Weapons, shields. These are all really, really good things. Class items. Another good one, guys, that I would recommend is respect items. So there are respect items. Do I have any here in my inventory to show you? I do not think I do. Darn, I would have had that done ahead for you. But for example, let me show you.
Hello there.
If let's clear this search thing and let's just go to reputation. Now see, these are all the different areas, right, of the world. So let's say Eredluin, right? Here we go. Someone's selling them. Look at that. 11 gold. They're selling a stack of 50 for almost 12 gold. All right. So again, that is what I'm talking about when I'm saying there are certain items. So respect items, crafting materials, these are all things that sell greatly on the auction hall, okay? And depending on the economy, just go and search. Go through, find things, search. Again, you can take your item out of your inventory. If you have a certain crafting item or task, let's say I have this task thing, right? I'm gonna search this task thing. Well, no one's selling that task item. Okay, well, that's fine. Again, task items are great for just selling for vendor trash, for just getting a good chunk of silver, right? But yeah, so again, to finish up the video, 3 things, guys, 3 things. Questing and picking stuff up around the world through mobs, doing instances over and over to get maybe rare items to sell in the auction hall, or just get the cash that the instance drops and the mobs drop, or the creatures. And then of course the auction hall with selling crafting items. So again, if you're questing around the world, pick up that crafting stuff as you go. Be doing your crafting profession as you go, whether you're a woodsman to pick up those wood, or you're a prospector picking up prospecting stuff. Really important, you guys, okay? So that's the stuff that I want to talk to you about today. I hope that was a fun, helpful little video for maybe if you were brand new to LOTRO and you need to know how to make money in LOTRO. The auction hall is a very, very important place. But again, the best way to do it is crafting and selling those crafting materials right on the auction hall. That's probably one of the most efficient ways to make a lot of money. Again, that takes a lot of work though, so if you're someone who doesn't want to do as much thinking and getting through the economic systems of the capitalist system in LOTRO, you might want to just go and grind some instances over and over, get some cash that way, right? And then just sell the random vendor trash, as it's called, into a vendor, right? And that's a good way to make money as well for a decent amount. Again, me just questing and doing stuff, if you look at my wallet here, how much money do I have? I have 274 gold. Not an astronomical amount. Some people will have way more than that who play this game constantly, but this is a decent amount. I never really need more than that. A lot of the stuff I, get end game items and crafting for armor and stuff, so I don't really always have to buy stuff. But again, I hope that helped you guys out. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Voice of the Rings. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much to my Patreons for your support. You guys rock. And you guys all have a wonderful day in Middle-earth, my friends. And Scrubbins could be right there next to that auctioneer guy if you want to click it. It's free. And the next episode will be up there in the top left for guides. And LOTRO Tell Me Make content is down there, so you should check it out, because that's actually my entertaining, fun stuff on the channel. So, but I know that you guys need these, and please leave comments. I will answer them for you. And if you want other videos somewhat like this with how to make money in LOTRO, let me know. I will make follow-up videos for you. Have a wonderful day in Middle-earth.